I am doing well, Janelle. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about Fully Promoted today. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, so I was reading about Fully Promoted and established by a family, correct? Like, so it's a family-owned business that went global. So give me a little
Correct.
rundown
So,
of what happened.
yep. So we are a franchise operation. The parent franchisor is United Franchise Group, who actually started Sinorama. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but they are a global brand, and they started in Long Island, New York, back in 1985. Um, Fast forward to 2000, they started Embroid Me, which was their second franchise. Um, and that went national and international. And then in 2017, franchisor decided to change the name from Embroid Me to Fully Promoted. The genesis of the name change really was listening to franchise owners, because if you heard the word Embroid Me, what would you think?
You're embroidering things only.
Correct, correct. And we do so much more. Between screen printing, promotional products, printing of services, banners, signs. But what I like to tell my clients is to keep it simple. There's really three things that I don't do. Building signs, um, signs on the road, so pylon signs, and large vehicle wraps. But pretty much everything else we do. We've gotten into smaller decals for vehicles that might go on doors or tailgates of pickup trucks or stuff like that.
Mm. And what a great thing to do because I know myself as a business owner, I never have business cards on me when I need them, right? And
Yeah,
so people can, somebody like me, I could go to you and have you print out, my company logo on so many things, and then my staff is wearing my business card, right? Or
correct.
our cards are
Absolutely.
driving around with the information.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. One of the reasons why we expanded the services that we offer is there's really, when it comes to promotional products or printing or even embroidery, there's really two file types. One is an embroidery file. We call it a stitch file, but the technical name is like a DST file. And then the other is a vector file, which is pretty much used for anything else printing wise. So screen printing, printing of your logo on a promotional product like a water bottle or anything like that is used for a vector file is used for that. So since we had all that artwork already, it just made sense for us to be able to supply other things like business cards that you had mentioned. So
Right, yeah. Okay, and so one of the things that I would like to know about as a business owner, if I wanted to get shirts, or wrap the back of my car or have
mhm.
a sign made, tell me what is that process? What could I expect as a business owner? What is the turnaround?
Sure. So you mentioned shirts. So let's take a look at that. So let's say you wanted to get, 50 screen printed shirts made up for your business, for your employees. First thing we would do is do you have a particular brand that you like of shirt? Three different types of materials would be a cotton shirt, a moisture wicking shirt, which is used to be known as polyester, but the industry changed the name to moisture wicking, and then a blend, which would be a blend, obviously, of the cotton and the moisture wicking. So Next Level and Bell and Canvas are two of the popular brands in that space. Once we figure out what type of shirt you would like, we would ask, do you have the vector file of your artwork? If not, we do have graphic designer on staff that can help you design a logo. But most of our clients already have a logo, which they would send over to us. We would put a virtual proof together on a t-shirt, email you a PDF of the proof. Most people would have their logo on the left chest and then on the full back to help advertise their brand when their employees are walking around. Once you approve the proof, we get it into production. Our typical turnaround time is about 2 weeks. There might be times in the year, especially during the holidays, that we might be around 2.5, 3 weeks, but for the most part, we're about a 2 week turnaround time.
That's a fantastic turnaround time. What you just mentioned holidays, and one of the things I learned about your business is you also can provide holiday gifts for employees. So that's exciting. So I want to know about
Correct.
that.
Yep, not only employees, but for our clients' customers.
Mhm.
They go around handing out gifts at the holidays to thank their clients for their business. But and again, as you mentioned, a lot of our clients will give gifts to their employees. So with promotional products, to be on the safe side, we usually try to say it's about a 3-week turnaround time, especially during the holiday season. We try to get um, word out to our clients through email news blasts that, hey, the holidays are coming up, and we'll actually start that the beginning of November, to say, hey, let's start thinking about what you want to do for your employees for the Christmas season or the holiday season.
That's important. I know, I think everybody ramps up during the holiday season anyway. So kind of poking people to be like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up with enough
Yeah,
time in advance so that there's no running around last minute. So
right.
that's an added bonus of what fully promoted offers too.
A friendly reminder.
That's right. Very important. Very important. And so you are a franchise. So, and you're global. So, but tell me about what it's like to own fully promoted here in Southern New Hampshire with the global backing.
So again, what I'll tell my clients is, having the global backing is important because we have resources and we have economies of scale. So there's 150 locations across the US, about 300 globally. So we have buying power when it comes to our suppliers because as a global brand, we're buying a lot. So you get the added benefit of not only having the buying power of a large corporation, but the added benefit of working with a local business owner. So we provide that personalized touch.
Yeah, and also I'm sure like being a local business owner it's so important to support local businesses, but then also having that global backing, I'm sure keeps prices down for your clients as well, which I feel like the smaller the entity, the harder it is to have competitive pricing. So am I
Yeah,
right?
but we're pretty competitive.
Yeah,
Even if you look at the online companies, we are right there, and a lot of times we're our pricing is better than the online company.
which is amazing, right? Because you're in, am I right, in Australia, Canada, and the US?
Correct. Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So now I'm interested to know about franchises because you're the first person that I've talked with who owns a franchise. So what is the difference there? And can you give a little insight? Because I'm a small business owner, but
Mhm.
I'm just, it's just one business, it's just mine. And so what is the difference?
Um, for me, the difference was, and I have a corporate background. I was in the rental car industry for 25 years. Most recently with Hertz Rent a Car as an off-airport general manager. So I oversaw all the off-airport locations in the Northeast. Um, so for me, though, it was how quickly can we get ramped up? And buying into a franchise, they've got a proven formula. So, from making sure that you got the right equipment, getting your store or your location set up, showroom, and everything else like that. So that was important. How quickly can we get ramped up? Because as you know, being a business owner, you start opening up, and all of a sudden you got a lot of expenses, and you don't have any revenue to put against those expenses.
Right.
So for me, the biggest thing was getting open quickly and how quickly can we ramp up our revenue.
Yeah, all right, that's good to know. And so you're located in Bedford. Is that your only store? Or you have two locations?
So when we first opened, we opened in Nashua. It
Okay.
was in 2015. And about 6 months later, the franchisor reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in buying the existing Bedford location, which at the time had been underperforming. So my wife and I did our due diligence, looked at the markets, and said, well, you know what? Bedford is in a very good location. We feel we can turn this location around. So we bought it, and we had the two full-blown brick and mortar stores for about a year. And then I realized, you know what? It's kind of foolish to have two stores that close to each other. They were literally 10 minutes apart off the Everett Turnpike. So we consolidated both stores into Bedford. We had then occupied a small office sharing space in Nashua. But again, when COVID hit, we realized, you know what, we don't need to have a presence, a physical presence in Nashua because we're able to support the community from where we are in Bedford. Um, so we basically consolidated everything at that point. And by the end of 21, and now we just operate out of Bedford, but we service pretty much all of New Hampshire.
Yeah, I
And
feel
then
like
we also
Bedford
have
is a great Bedford is a great anchor spot for you, isn't it? Because I
It
mean,
is.
it's so easy to get to so many.
Right. We're right off of exit 13 off the Everett Turnpike. So it's easy for us to go north or south, to go all the way up to Concord, go down to Nashua. And then we're very close to, hopping on the highway to get over to Portsmouth or even to Keene. And we also have clients all over the US.
So we can order online. So if I go to your website, that's instead of going and calling your brick and
Well,
mortar
we
store.
prefer the personalized touch.
I see.
We have products that you could see online, but because everything is so custom, we prefer that you call in, we put a quote together, walk you through the process, have everything produced, and then have you come and pick it up. And most of the times, we have everything brought to our store here, especially for promotional products, because I like to make sure that the product meets our standards before we give it to our clients.
You're overseeing the quality control. That's a really good
Correct.
touch of confidence for your client, knowing that you, the president and owner, are making sure that things are as expected.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
think it's also important to say, to recognize that you talked about the personal touch. That's something that we had to get away from for a little while. Like, as you mentioned, during COVID, everything kind of changed. And it's really nice to know that we're getting back to that again, right? It's such a
Yes.
genuine and authentic way to build a relationship. And then to know people, like, they know that you care about them. And I'm sure that helps build long-term relationships for future
Oh,
projects.
absolutely. In
Yeah.
fact, we send out a customer service survey every month. And one of the things I tell my employees, it doesn't matter what we think our service is like. We could think we're great. It really matters what our clients think.
Yeah.
So we send out a survey every month. And it's a very simple 10 question, actually a 9 question survey. The 10th is really for comments. And it's on touch points throughout the process with our clients. So I'll ask, how was the customer service, the timeliness of service, value for the money, quality of the product, questions along those lines. So I could see if there's anything that we need to improve upon through our customers' eyes.
Which is incredible. It's really important to listen to the voices of the people who keep us in business, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, one of the things I also tell my employees is I don't pay you.
Yeah.
The clients that come in pay
Yes.
us. I just facilitate moving the money around.
Right. Yes, exactly. That's a very good way to put it. It's so important. We could all go to work every single day, but if there isn't, something in the queue to produce, you know,
Exactly.
we're kind of
Exactly.
stuck. So, Sal, is there anything that you would like to add about Fully Promoted? Do you have any upcoming events, or are there any
We
things that you've
we
recently
actually do
done?
have an upcoming event. First ever
We're doing.
client appreciation event on September 12th.
Oh, wonderful.
It's going to be held at the Bedford Event Center, which is almost across the street from our location. Uh,
Wonderful. Tell me
so,
more about that.
so we're going to have our top vendors and suppliers attend, so people can come and touch and feel different products that are going to be coming up for the fall and winter. It's an all-day event, so it'll be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, like I mentioned, we're going to have our vendors there. Lunch will be provided. There's going to be raffle prizes, with the grand prize being $1,000 gift order, and then $500 gift order, two $500 gift orders, and then four $250 gift orders
It's very
for
generous.
clients. So raffle prizes, yep. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a well-attended event. And I think our clients are going to get a lot out of it.
Now, is that something that folks have to RSVP to, or
I
are
am
potential
asking
clients?
only because we're having a catered. So for the caterer's sake, and for my sake, I'd like to know how many people are coming so we have enough food and everything else.
Sure.
But we are going to be sending out, we've already done some teaser email news blasts to save the date, September 12th. And then through Eventbrite, I've got people that'll be able to register.
That sounds like a really fun event. It sounds like, and I think even just going and, potentially winning that $1,000 raffle prize, that's, that's very exciting.
Yes, yes.
So, Sal, the last question that I ask everybody this is, where can we find you?
Well, if you go to our website, fully promoted SNH for Southern New Hampshire.com. we're located at 410 South River Road in Bedford. But you go to our website, their address is there, phone numbers, email. So yeah, it's very easy to find us. And then if you kind of forget that, we also have a little slogan. It's just call Sal. So if you type in Google hashtag just call Sal, we'll pop up.
That was a great marketing tactic right there. Everybody knows just call Sal, right?
Yep.
So-
Yep. You know, we've got a radio ad that plays it, and there isn't a day that goes by that someone says, "Yeah, I just heard your ad."
Yes, that's perfect. Well, thank you so much, Sal. I really appreciate your time today, and I look forward to hearing about your event on September 12th. And I
Well,
hope it turns out really well and
hope you can
constructive.
make it.
I will be there. I will RSVP. I'll look for the Eventbrite invite.
Okay, very good.
All right, take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.